गोपेशा गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरोन् दिनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् हरे कृष्णा very nice to see you all. Thank you for joining. We'll start today's session. So today we are discussing about the chapter Dhruva Maharaj returns home. Basically, the story what happened is Dhruva was the son of Uttanapada. Uttanapada was the son of Swayambhu Manu. And Swayambhu Manu has two sons, Priyavrata and Uttanapada. And Priyavrata actually takes brahmacharya ashram and goes to perform austerities, while Uttanapada was made the king. And Uttanapada had two queens, the Suniti and Suruchi. And Dhruva Maharaj was the son of Suniti, and Uttama was the son of Suruchi. Suruchi was the younger wife, and because she was the younger wife, and Uttanapada was showing little affection on her, while not that much on Suniti. Then what happened? One day, Uttama, the son of Surichi, was sitting on the lap of Uttanapada when he was in the assembly hall. At that point of time, Dhruva enters into the assembly and he sees his brother on the lap of his father. And Dhruva wants to also sit on the lap of his father. So when he tried to climb into the throne, immediately Suruchi comes and stops Dhruva, and she speaks very harshly. She says that no, like you don't have qualification to get onto the throne. See, basically here Dhruva was didn't consider it as a throne or anything like that. He only saw his father and his brother, and he also wanted to be with them. But Suruchi took it in a political sense, and she said she chastised him in such a way that she thought like he will be climbing the throne. And Suruchi want to make things clear in the beginning itself before they attain the age of age to rule the kingdom. So Suruchi chastised Dhruva, saying that you didn't take birth from my womb. Like in order to get onto the throne, you have to go pray to Lord Vishnu, and then by his grace you have to die and then take birth in my womb, and then only you will be able to get onto the throne. So indirectly, she was actually boasting her superiority over Suniti. So when Dhruva was treated like this, he looked at his father for some consolation. But his father, not to displease Suruchi, he didn't say anything. So this made Dhruva feel very bad. No, he feel very much hurt from within, and then he went back to his mother. And his mother heard what has happened through the maid servants, she was very much grieved because uh, the children don't know all these politics. Children don't know what's happening in between the husbands, wives, and in political sense and all those things. All children want is a little bit of affection and love. That's it. And Suruchi was so adamant and so harsh upon Dhruva. Upon hearing this, Suniti very much displeased, and then Suniti consoled her son. And first of all, she started saying, don't carry any ill feelings towards others. Because those who carry ill feelings and those who wishes bad for others, they themselves get the bad. This is time again proved. Okay. So, like even in our dealings with the devotees or non-devotees, we should never uh, wish ill of anybody. Because before Krishna bestowing that whatever we wish for others, Krishna will bestow upon others. That's why we should always pray, even if the devotee offends, even if even not non-devotee offends also. We should always wish for the well-being of others. That's what no, that's what Prabhupada says, right? The real character of a devotee, the real strength of a devotee is seen when he was subjected to the provoking situations. So now Suruchi is giving the right counseling to Dhruva, and then says, with respect to Dhruva, she wanted to, tell her, tell him that, like, basically, uh, Dhruva actually wanted to get onto the lap of his father, only because of his desire to be with his father. But Suruchi took in other sense. And Suniti also said, if you want to, like, Suniti also addresses Suruchi's concerns here. Suniti says to Dhruva, see, you wanted to get onto the throne along with your father, or get onto the throne of the king. For that, I cannot get from with my power. So you have to go and worship Lord Hari. And with his mercy only, your grandfather Brahma, your father, your grandfather Manu, and your great grandfather Brahma has got these kingdoms. So, you go and pray to him. By his mercy, you will be able to achieve everything. So when Dhruva, then he resolved. No, he thought like, okay, I want to achieve a kingdom greater than all my grandfathers. So he leaves home, he leaves the palace, and then he goes to forest. On his way, he meets Narada Muni. Narada Muni initially he tries to console Dhruva and then says, Dhruva, you are a small boy. In a family, all these things will happen. You should just be patient and wait for your turn. Everything will be normal. Like that, he tried to console. Basically, what Narada Muni is also saying good. But here, if you see, in any in any social or in any dealings with kids or with any others also, some conflict happened. A person who is actually kind of elderly figure, they have to compromise and try to bring them together. Here Narada Muni would have stressed, no, what is this foolishness? Just for the sake of small fight, you left the home, you should go to palace. Not like that. Because Narada Muni knows what is going to happen also. And but with respect to Krishna, when anybody gives up anything, even in a family also, that is, they are going to get much greater reciprocation from the Lord. Even if you see some people goes out of family to achieve some success in business and in professional circles, some like even especially in the Indian families, sometimes a wife or husband they goes out of the family and works some other city so that they can be in a better position. So when they are doing that they are sacrificing their family for the sake of petty achievements of this material world. What to speak of achieving the Supreme Lord Krishna? So Narada Muni wanted to test Dhruva. Dhruva was doing right because he wanted to go to see Lord. And if it is not a devotee, if he is going only for the sake of some other motives, that's a different thing. But here Dhruva was going to see the Lord, like turning towards Lord or going towards Krishna in any way, it is always good. So Narada Muni, in the beginning, he tests Dhruva, saying that These are all not to be taken very seriously. And then, but Dhruva says, no, please forgive me, Narada Muni, and I will not be able to accept your instruction. If possible, please tell me how I can see Lord Hari. Then Narada Muni instructs him about the science of Bhakti Yoga, and also he teaches us how to control mind and senses by using pranayama and all those things. Then Narada Muni just leaves. And after that, Dhruva, following the instructions of Narada Muni, he made the form of Lord. Following, like Narada Muni gave very detailed instructions of how Lord's form look like, and and then he started meditating on the form of the Lord, and he started bathing 3 times a day and all those things, and then uh, performing very severe austerities, controlling mind and senses. He performed very severe austerities, like. In the first month, he ate kapita fruits once in 3 days. In the second month, he ate dry grass and leaves once in 6 days. In the third month, he just drank water once in 9 days. In the fourth month, he just took air once in 12 days. And the fifth and sixth month, he completely stopped moving and completely stopped, no, like all the other external activities. And his meditation was completely on the form of the Lord within his heart. So when he was doing that, like because Dhruva came so much in connection with the Lord, his weight, he actually became as good as in yoga process, as good as the Lord. So due to his weight, the Earth planet actually moved a little bit out of his orbit, and three worlds trembled. No, not only because, see, like in this material world, everything is connected. Mm. So we should not say some part of the world is suffering. We are good. Not like that. It's only matter of time that the same conditions will reflect us. Everything is connected in this material world. Even what to speak of this world, even to the Swargaloka, Brahmaloka also. So Devatas were getting suffocated because Dhruva was not taking breath, and all those things are happening. And he was performing very severe austerities, and this suffocation was felt by all the living entities. So Devatas, out of fear, thinking that some demon was performing some severe austerities, because whenever any demon performs severe austerities, it is only to dominate or exploit the world. So Devatas were fearful and they went to Lord Vishnu. So basically, there are different planets of Vishnu. So this planet where the Devatas goes is situated in the material world only. It's like a embassy. For example, uh, in India we have US embassies, or in US we have Indian embassies. The way the Indian embassy represents India. In the same way, Lord's abode, like a partial expansion of Vaikuntha Loka, is present in the material world also. Uh, and Devatas, whenever they get any problem, any trouble, along with Brahma and Shiva, they go to see Lord Vishnu to get a solution for that. So all the demigods went to see Lord Vishnu along with Brahmaji. And when the Devatas came, Lord assured, no, like don't worry, this is not due to some demon or anything like that. He is only my devotee. It is my devotee Dhruva. And he's perfect, and I know his desire, and I will fulfill his desire. Like that, Lord assures the demigods and then goes to see Dhruva. So, so when Lord goes to see Dhruva, this chapter start. This today's discussion starts with Lord going to see Druva Maharaj. Okay. So in this chapter, we will be seeing how Lord empowered Dhruva and to speak, and how we will be discussing about Dhruva Maharaj's prayers and Lord's benedictions on Dhruva. And after receiving benedictions from Lord, Dhruva felt regret, like he was not, he didn't feel good about what he has achieved. Hmm? And then, but following the instructions of the Lord, Dhruva Maharaj comes back home, and then he meets his family. So that portion is discussed here. Okay. until Dhruva Maharaj's coronation. So now Lord actually, after assuring the demigods, he came to see Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj was sitting in, standing on one leg in Madhuvan. Madhuvan means Vrindavan, and he was performing austerities. And that's why, like, if you see, go to Vrindavan, there is a place. This Madhuvan place is there. Anybody wants to perform any austerities, any devotion service, it is always good to go to places like that, because when we go to places of that spiritual significance, our spiritual disposition, our spiritual inclination increase more and more, and we could make much more greater advancement in very short span of time. So when Dhruva Maharaj was praying to Lord Vishnu, Lord appears, Lord comes to Madhuvan along on the back of Garuda, and then Dhruva Maharaj was still meditating on the Paramatma feature of the Lord. See, Lord sitting in, like, there are different expansions of Vishnu, okay? There is Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Kshirodaksha Vishnu, or Mahavishnu. All these Narayana, all these expansions are one and the same. Right from Krishna to Vishnu, down to the Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Everything is Vishnu Tattva. So basically, from in the spiritual world, Krishna expands into Balramji, Balramji expands into first Chaturviha, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Anuruddha, Vasudeva. From first Sankarshan comes Narayana, where all the Vaikuntha planets will be there, and from that Narayana comes second Chaturviha, what is called Pradyumna, Anuruddha, Sankarshan, Vasudeva, and the second Sankarshan comes the Mahavishnu. Second Sankarshan comes the expansion of other forms of Vishnu. So Mahavishnu comes, from Mahavishnu comes the Garbhodaksha Vishnu. From Mahavishnu comes the Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Garbhodaksha Vishnu is the Vishnu who is actually, who enters into each universe. From Mahavishnu comes all the universes, and Garbhodaksha Vishnu enters into each universe, and from the another expansion of Vishnu is, he is Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Kshirodaksha Vishnu is Vishnu in the form of Paramatma. He resides in the heart of every living entities. Means he never leaves the company of the soul. So that's why, as long as that Paramatma is there within the body, the soul stays within the body. As soon as our time has done, we are done with this body, then immediately Paramatma leaves, and following Paramatma, just like when a parent, when a like no, so when a parent to goat, or when a like no, when a mother deer goes away, the child deer follows the mother. The same way, as soon as Paramatma leaves the body, immediately the soul follows Paramatma and leaves the body. So, and Dhruva Maharaj was meditating on this Paramatma feature of the Lord, and he was very intense, because he was able to see the Lord's form as Paramatma as clearly as a person, and he was very intensely meditating on Lord's form. And but suddenly, when Lord came in person to see Dhruva Maharaj, this vision on which Dhruva Maharaj was meditating immediately disappeared. When Dhruva Maharaj lost the vision of this form, he became very much upset. He became very much. For 6 people, not there. I don't know. So when Dhruva Maharaj was not able to see the form of the Lord, immediately he opened his eyes, and he was able to see the Lord in front of him. So when Dhruva Maharaj saw the Lord's form in front of him, but Dhruva Maharaj, due to his austerities and due to his, he was a child, due to his childhood nature, he was not able to offer any prayers. He was not able to speak also. So, and he wanted to offer prayers to Lord. So when this happened, immediately Lord actually touches Dhruva Maharaj using his conch shell. So when Lord touches the head of the Dhruva Maharaj with his conch, he immediately becomes enlivened, because all the knowledge of Shrutis, all the knowledge of whatever the knowledge is existing in the creation, that is immediately was imparted to Dhruva Maharaj. So now, achieving anything uh, by one's own endeavor is different, and achieving anything by the mercy of the Lord is different. So even uh, what we achieve with by our own endeavor is, our endeavor is only our desire to our way of conveying it is the way of conveying the Lord that I deserve what I'm desiring for. For example, somebody wants to become do well in studies, or somebody wants to get to the exalted position in a company or corporate, or somebody wants to rule the world. How much desire we have, that can be expressed through different kinds of endeavors. So when his Lord is satisfied with different kinds of endeavors, he will gives us the knowledge how to achieve it, and it also benedicts. No, no, like no, he also gives the gives this instruction of how to give facilitates how we can achieve that. So here, means basically everything is happening by the mercy of the Lord. Without the sanction of the Lord, nothing can be achieved in any aspect, even in the material level or even in the spiritual level also. It's only by the mercy of the Lord. That's why devotees knows that. You're like devotees know the fact. That's why devotees are always grateful and always praying to the Lord for Lord's mercy. So when something good happens in our life and we achieve something, we should think that it is only by the mercy of the Lord that we are able to achieve what we have achieved it. Okay. So so when Dhruva Maharaj was touched by the conch shell, he becomes enlivened and he started offering prayers to the Lord. Okay. And Dhruva Maharaj offers prayers, and then you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Dhruva Maharaj actually says about different energies of the Lord, and how one has to take shelter of the Lord. Uh, and the Dhruva Maharaj prayers, these are very good. No, this is a very good word that we can meditate upon. Okay. Bhakti muhu pravahatam tvaime prasango भूयादनन्तमहताम् अमलाशयानाम् येनैञ्जसोल्बन येनैञ्जसोल्बनम् उरु व्यसनं भवाब्धिं नेशे भवद्गुणकथामृतपानमत्त. What does it means is, like Dhruva is praying for the association of devotees, because see, whatever he got in his life is only by the association of Narada Muni. And he says superiority of bhakti, bliss derived from meditation on your lotus feet, or your hearing your glories from pure devotees, is far beyond Brahmananda. Then what to speak of heavenly happiness? Hmm? So just by performing bhakti, one can achieve the highest perfection of life. That Dhruva Maharaj is stressing on that. Okay. So, and he prays for no bhakti muhu pravato tvaime prasango bhuyadanantamatam mamalachayanam enanjasan ene e enanjasolvanam uru vyasanam bhavdim. He says, I want association of devotees who are pure hearted and engage in bhakti constantly. Okay. So here then after Dhruva Maharaj offered all these prayers to Lord, uh, Lord actually knows the heart of his devotees, and then he actually says different things to Dhruva Maharaj. Okay, he says, I know your desire and I award you. And like, see, whatever we receive anything from the Lord, we achieve along with the bhakti. See, anything that we receive from the Lord is in the association of bhakti, is only by the mercy of the Lord. And when we see, when we get anything in life, some good wealth or good, anything good or bad. So when, as long as bhakti is associated, is everything is auspicious. Even if so-called conditions, like either physically or mentally or financially or socially, different kinds of difficulties that might come into our life. But as long as we are in bhakti, it will always create auspiciousness. But if even like some, not only the uh, and even some good some so-called good things, like good promotion, good wealth, and good name and fame, uh, as long as we are in the process of bhakti, we are well protected and we engage everything in the service of the Lord. Devotees engage in everything in the service of the Lord. But uh, if a person is not engaged in the service of devotional service, if he gets any miserable conditions in his life, if he faces any troublesome situations in his life, he becomes very distressful and again degraded. If, but on the other hand, if he achieves anything good in life, the so-called good thing, like wealth and some social position, like lot of relatives and friends, and then name, fame, all those things, it will increase his ego. So either it will the bad situations will depress him, or and good situations will elevate him. So in both senses, it is not good for them. But on the other hand, as long as a person is connected to a connected in the process of devotion, it is always good. No, it is in either situations he is taking shelter of the Lord. He is becoming more and more closer to Krishna. So that way, here Dhruva Maharaj also, he was awarded, no, like a Lord awards him the kingdom, and Lord also says him that your brother Uttama will die in future, and your mother Suruchi will also end up with the same fate. Like Uttama was, and then Lord gives him ahead of time, like whatever is happening, whatever is going to happen in his life. And he says, you will rule this world for 36,000 years. And after ruling this world for 36,000 years, with you will leave this material world with full remembrance of me. And then you will come back to Dhruvaloka. And then after coming to Dhruvaloka, you will be situated there permanently. Because Dhruvaloka means this is the, as I said, it is the embassy, even in the material world, it is the representation of the spiritual world. So, and there you will rule on behalf of me. Like that, Lord gives this benediction to Dhruva. So, and uh, like when one of the prayers, like when Dhruva Maharaj was offering was, my Lord, I came to pray for you for broken pieces of glasses. So the earthly kingdom, the position of the kingship are all now Dhruva is considering everything as insignificant as broken pieces of glass. But now I achieved a rare diamond, rarest of the diamond. Means darshan of the Lord, the personal form of the Lord, the devotion towards the Lord is the rarest form of the diamond. And now Dhruva was not able to, like Dhruva was not finding any taste in the material things. Now he is fully, he wanted to, he doesn't want to go back to the material things. But when Lord gives him these benedictions that you will rule the world for 36,000 years, you will become the king, all those things. After Lord left, Dhruva started lamenting. I attained the rarest diamond, but fell down due to my material desires. I desired the perishable things. and I'm unfortunate. And Dhruva started, like, how come I have my intelligence get bewildered? How come, like, after achieving so much, because not before, even not even like even before that taking darshan of the Lord, Dhruva Maharaj was experiencing the greatest pleasure by meditating on the Lord within his heart. That's what the yogis, the devotees, they derive pleasure from. Even we see, right, like when our acharyas like Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, when they chant and when they are doing mantra meditation, they witness the pastimes of the Lord in Vrindavan within their meditation. One time, Rupa Goswami was sitting and chanting with his eyes closed, and he was uh, seeing the pastimes of Radha Krishna within his heart. So at that point, what happened? Like one person, like one other devotee, who was like limping. His legs are not good. Like he has deformed legs, and he was limping. He when he walks, it will be a little bit of funny. So when this devotee was walking in front of Rupa Goswami, he was witnessing the Leela of Radha Krishna in his meditation. In the meditation of Rupa Goswami, what was happening was Radharani was wanted to pluck a fruit from the tree, mm, which is considerably height. Okay, so then Krishna says, "Okay, Radharani, I will lift you. You catch the branch and then you can pluck the fruits." So so when Krishna actually lifts Radharani, and Radharani holds the branch and started plucking the fruit. But immediately what did Krishna do? Krishna leaves Radharani, and Radharani was hanging to the branch, and Radharani was crying, Krishna, Krishna, and Krishna was playing with him. So when this incident was happening in the heart of Rupa Goswami, he was deriving great pleasure and he was laughing loudly. So at that point of time, this devotee with deformed legs was walking in front of Rupa Goswami. So yeah, uh, when this devotee saw Rupa Goswami laughing at him, laughing not at him, okay, he was laughing. This devotee misunderstood that he is laughing at my disability. So immediately what happened? The vision of Rupa Goswami was gone. He was not able to take the darshan of Krishna or Radharani in his heart. So, and later on, like the next day and other days, after that, he was trying very much to get back the darshan of Krishna within the heart, but he was not able to get. It is said that the pure devotees, the advanced devotees, as soon as they start meditating or as soon as they started chanting, immediately the leelas of the Lord will display in the heart, in their heart. It is like no, as we like no, especially nowadays, for us it is very difficult to even do meditation, mantra meditation, like no, focus on the mantra. But as we progress, no, nama, rupa, guna, lila. So first of all, we have to focus on the nama, then on the rupa, the form of the Lord, then the gunas, then automatically the leelas of the Lord will display within our heart. No, means we will be able to witness the Lord's leelas within the heart as our mantra meditation increases more and more. So this the other devotee who was actually the Rupa Goswami's meditation was broke and he was not able to get any darshan of the Lord, and so then Rupa Goswami understood that there is something happened. I think I have offended some devotee, due to which my vision has lost. He expresses his concerns with Sanatana Goswami. And Sanatana Goswami says, you do one thing, you actually hold a feast, hold a feast and invite all the sadhus in Vrindavan. And keep an eye who is coming and who is not coming. And then whomever you offended, that person will not come. So like that, Sanatana Goswami gives a idea. So Rupa Goswami executes that. Not Rupa Goswami prepares nice feast and then invites all the devotees in the Vrindavan. All the devotees in Vrindavan comes to the feast of Rupa Goswami. But this one devotee who was disabled devotee, he doesn't attend Rupa Goswami's feast. Now he understood that, okay, I have offended this person. Then Rupa Goswami personally goes to the devotee and um, like now asks about it. How did I offended you? Like why you didn't come for the feast? And that devotee, that person says, you like now you insulted, you actually make mockery of my disability. You are actually laughing at me when I was walking. Then Rupa Goswami explained that, no, I was not laughing at you. I was closing my eyes and meditating on Krishna and Radharani. And this is the lila that has happened. Then when the devotee heard that what has happened, the devotee became very much respectful to Rupa Goswami. And he forgave Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami was also very satisfied. Then after that incident, again Rupa Goswami was able to take the darshan of Lord in his heart. So basically, knowingly, unknowingly, if we displease a devotee, it is going to affect our bhakti. So now here, Dhruva Maharaj was contemplating how come I was focusing nicely on the form of the Lord. Maybe these demigods might have bewildered my intelligence, and due to which I lost the vision of the Lord. And or maybe Maya has influenced the external energy of the Lord. I saw uh, uh, has influenced me. Like that, he was cursing himself. So when this has happened, so after this, when Dhruva actually regrets and he was normal, and he remembered the instructions of the Lord, and he started coming back to home. So when Dhruva Maharaj started coming back to home, Narada Muni actually goes to the palace of Uttanapada. So after Dhruva Maharaj left the palace, no, when Suruchi insulted in the Dhruva Maharaj in the palace, when Dhruva Maharaj left the palace with grief-stricken heart, Uttanapada, he's also very sensitive devotee. He's son of Swayambhu Manu. He is also a devotee, but for the momentary moment, at that moment of time, he was actually overpowered by this, family obligations, towards his wife, and so that's why he didn't speak anything. As soon as Dhruva Maharaj left, Uttanavada felt very bad. This is a small child. I should have given him some solace and taken him like that. He was thinking, I should have taken him onto my shelter. Like that, he felt, he was feeling. And next day, he came to know that Dhruva Maharaj left the palace. Dhruva Maharaj was not found. So from that time onwards, Uttanapada was very much grief-stricken, and he was very much worried about the safety of Dhruva Maharaj. And he sends these soldiers to look for Dhruva Maharaj everywhere. And but the soldiers were not able to find them. And so from that time onwards, Uttanapada was the king. So he kept all the soldiers alert, to look for Dhruva, where it happened. And he was worried, he might have gone to forest, or some animal might have killed him, like that. He was not like when a parent loses his child, the parent's heart will think in so many different ways. Hmm? Their entire anxiety will be on the child only, for the safety of the child. So when Uttanapada was in this lamenting condition, Narada Muni comes into the palace of Uttanapada, and then when Uttanapada receives Narada Muni, and when Narada Muni sees the face of Uttanapada, he inquires, "Oh King, why are you you seem to be very morose? Very something is bothering you." Like he asks like that. Then Uttanapada actually discloses everything to Narada Muni, and Narada Muni actually then says that narrates entire incidents what has happened, like how he met Dhruva and how he instructed, how he was meditating on Madhuvan. And then Narada says he will achieve the darshan of the Lord, and he will be you will see him back in your home, like that he says. So when Uttanapada hears that Dhruva Maharaj in Madhuvan, means like in Vrindavan, immediately he, along with his queens, along with his son and soldiers and chariots, he started towards Madhuvan. And here Dhruva Maharaj actually got the darshan of the Lord, got the benedictions from the Lord, and he started walking towards towards his home. So on way on in the middle of the way, they both meet each other, and Uttanapada immediately gets down from his chariot and he hugs Dhruva Maharaj. And Suruchi also, her heart transformed, like a the way like mother Kaikeyi. When Ram was in the palace, Kaikeyi became little behaved little harshly towards Ram. But when everybody chastises the Kaikeyi, and when Kaikeyi came to know how what do you call uh, contemplated about her wrong behavior, she felt very bad and she actually wanted to uh, see Ram. That's how she come to forest also along with other family members. In the same way, Suruchi also felt bad, and she came. And again, then Uttanapada, Suniti and Suruchi, when they see Dhruva, both the mothers hug Dhruva, and then brothers Uttama and Dhruva, both of them hug each other. Means the exchange of affection among the family members happens. And Uttanapada being like after um, after receiving his son after 6 months, he became very much relieved and he started smelling the head and hugging his son repeatedly. Mm. So and after this, what happens is like now he was Dhruva Maharaj was brought back to kingdom. When they heard that Dhruva Maharaj is coming to back to kingdom, entire city was well decorated with like traditional reception. And the doors, not doors, and all the gates, and then all the houses were well decorated. And then the uh, Dhruva Maharaj was brought to the palace of uh, Uttanapada in great procession. And then Uttanapada, after seeing the Uttanapada wandered with by what saintly Uttanapada wandered by the great influence of Dhruva. Because everybody knows that what Dhruva Maharaj has achieved. Because and also seeing Dhruva's qualities. So in those days, if somebody has to be made a king, the somebody even has to make a prince, the king will actually the king and the minister will have to actually see the qualities in that person to become a king. Then only if he if even if he is a king's son, if he doesn't have good qualities, he will not be made the king. So here Uttanapada, he sees that all the qualities which are actually uh, good, for which are actually fit for Dhruva to become the king. Uttanapada retired and made Dhruva Maharaj, sorry, Dhruva Maharaj was made the king, and Uttanapada retired from the family life. Okay. So here this chapter ends. Okay. After Dhruva Maharaj made the king and Uttanapada gets getting retired. Okay. And Dhruva Maharaj also, like now, Uttanapada also performs the marriage of Dhruva Maharaj. It's not mentioned here. Maybe it comes in the next chapter. Okay. Yeah, Dhruva Maharaj marries daughter of Prajapati, Shishumara, Bhumi and Ila. Dhruva Maharaj marries two sons of two daughters. Okay, two wives, Brahmi and Ila. Okay, so basically, Uttanapada did not actually wait for him for wait to marry Dhruva also. He just made Dhruva the king, and then he left the palace. And to he retired. Okay. So this chapter ends. Okay, if anybody have any questions or comments, you can discuss. I hope you're able to follow me. I was little. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, I
Thank
followed.
you, Prabhu, for.
I had missed all this, so I was able to catch up.
No, actually, you have not missed. We still in the same chapter, actually.
Yeah, I that's why I gave a review of what has happened in the first chapter, in the previous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nobody have any questions, right? We'll end it here. Rantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.